At least at the cost of one hairstyle. I don't know how many more than that. Because I only ever really used the one.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandom? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
No. Also, if we're really supposed to be representing the states here, this feels very inaccurate considering we've got metric back there instead of freedom units.
Ms. Ku, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the white whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade, rescued our friend here from. Emphasis on the word rescued. Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis. Forever.
So did you have an engineering question about life pods? Or is this all part of the guilt trip?
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, what'll it be, friend?
No.
Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend?
No.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
Yeah, he interprets the double negative. And I think it's just a loop from here.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
Yeah, so this is how you get forced in. Yep, I sure am being enlisted.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right! Welcome to the Cool Kids Club!
Well, this is life now.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment.
Big spins.
We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we
Yeah,
should back
and
up.
then we go and take
Here
on
in
a
New
big
LA,
bad
we're
and
using a specialized
shove a thing
computer
in the
system called
ground.
Frontier
Things
now
are
to help
great.
us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A
But
network of
be
data
introduced to the
probes that
map
allows us
proper,
to
I
monitor
guess.
conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this.
Is there anything stopping me from like running to
What you're
Sylvalum
seeing
and
on
putting down a
screen
probe
is
there?
terrain map
I assume
that
I have to at
includes
least do
New
this one
LA
first.
And the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can
And there's a
also
bunch that you
detect
can
the
install
general
as
locations
is, a
of
bunch
living
that you can
things in
only
the
install
vicinity,
once you
which comes
unlock
in
skills
handy
and
if
get the
we need to
movement
track
options
down
with
a
that.
blade or another
And some that you can
citizen.
only do once you have Scale Flight.
Yes, quite handy indeed.
And I probably need to level up
So
my...
for this first exercise,
probe
you'll be
level.
heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
Well, the audio leveling of this game is
We
still
can
pretty
take the
crap.
East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Velma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
All right, off we go. Chapter 2. Wow, I feel like it had more charm when it popped up in the original game. With a do 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 do. Here it's just like, boop, chapter 2. Install the data probe at the Frontier Nav site and complete your training. Okay, yeah. I'll do that. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club, says the character who makes fan fiction about robots. Yep. But yeah, it's saying 23C explains why the general guy is wearing that coat. If it was 23 degrees Celsius, I'd be taking my coat off. If I go outside and it's 23C, that's pretty warm weather here. It doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like it because Nintendo's been selling the Switch for 8 years at this point, but I feel like it is.
It'd be a
Oh, he's
long
reading it.
walk
It's
all the way back
23,
over
yeah.
to the West
Oh.
Gate.
I
Hold
gotcha.
on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level action activity.
I'm allergic. Well, look around the corner.
It
You can
was,
probably see
but
from
they
here.
just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
It was probably them.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Why is this shot so drawn out? Like, I get it. Go that way. Segment feature unlocked. Okay, main menu map segments. So this used to be on the Wii U gamepad, is how this used to work. I'm also going to manually adjust the camera. You can see some of the 3D prints I've been making for a seed sale event this weekend down here. Wow. But you don't need to. I see a little smidge of them. Eleanor, Blade support lead, here to tell you that the segment feature map is now available for use. It's displayed on your handheld comm device and is a useful tool with lots of info about Mia. Give it a look if you're unsure where you are or what to do. Okay, so I can't just press minus or no. The minus immediately goes to gameplay tips. Why can't minus go to like my what was it again? So map like that. So this is what, whoa. Yeah, so this used to be on the Wii U gamepad in the original game. Can I spot the new area already? Maybe it'll only be unlocked sometime later. I guess maybe it's only unlocked sometime later. That's as much as I can zoom out. Okay. So yeah, I better go there. Frontier Nav. Okay, interesting. But I do really wish that I could press minus and immediately go to that menu. What? Now minus doesn't even do anything. Oh, I guess because it came up before, like, press minus to access, like, more of this hint. Minus doesn't even do anything. You're telling me I have to press plus and then navigate to the map if I want to check the full map. Like, just have minus by default be the map button. I don't get it. The game seems strange graphically, like there's a haze around the characters almost if you're using some sort of form of upscaling. And some of the pixel are jagged like it's running native without anti-aliasing. Of course, some of that could be Twitch compression. No, I've definitely noticed that with the game in front of me as well. Where it feels like that was around the time that I was making the comments that this makes me want to put it into like an emulator and like truly bump it up. Because there is that kind of blur around things. Like the world here is a lot more detailed than the hardware can actually handle. It'll be interesting to see how the Switch 2 deals with it and if it's enhanced there. But yeah, for ones that are single player but feel MMO like similar to this, I take it. Here, let's grab some stuff, go around this way. But yeah, this counts as a remaster in the same way that The Last of Us Part 2 remaster does. I don't know if I'd quite say that. Like, you look at Last of Us Part 2 and Last of Us Part 2 Remaster, and it's just like, they're the same photo, is the way that looks. Like, you would need to scrutinize that thing and really be able to spot the differences. It's like looking at images comparing PS5 compared to PS5 Pro. It's like, what's the difference? Like, this has a lot of gameplay enhancements with, like, the UI I'm noticing with things like party members. The general look of, like, the characters is vastly different with them adopting a different art style. And there being, like, new content, which it's gonna take a while before I can get to the new content and find out truly how good it is. Some of the changes I like, some of the changes I don't like. I would rather just click in the right stick to target an appendage. Like the original. I like my hair options.
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Senicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Senicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Senicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Senicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Senicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Senicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
And there goes the music. Let's kill the thing. So yeah, just introducing unique monsters.
Whoa there, rookie.
How did nobody install a probe at this point just outside the city before?
Understand what that means?
We should probably explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best
Even a
teams have
single
come back with
especially
serious
nasty trait?
injuries after running into
So
a
if they're
tyrant
really
in the field.
toxic to other people
If they come back
on
at
social
all.
media, they're gonna be a tyrant. Yeah, we gotta do it.
Well, alright. I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's do this. If we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. We can't just keep running forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
All right, let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
It's really cool how you can see the Oblivia ring from here. That is in a very different part of the world in the distance. Gear and arts. Party, ground gear, arts. Yeah. I mean, should I level up my arts? I know it really wants me to here. And yeah, I'm definitely noticing some background blur and some things here as well. Fun fact, the one who says in the meme they're the same picture is the one who's showing the pictures. Yeah, I can't words. I don't know how to phrase things. Yeah, that's something that I've known about, is what I was trying to say. Okay, so yeah, you can see all your future arts here, which I'm pretty sure you could in the original game as well, but just like a vertical list. How much, art power? Upgrade. Oh, that's where it is. Needs 4, own 24. That's probably not a bad one to upgrade. Stream Edge, meh. Once I get Primer, I'll definitely be putting a bunch into that. Blood Sacrifice will help me with overdrive stuff later. And Side Slash is going to be one that I'm going to want. Sliding Slinger and Shadow Strike are probably pretty fair to be putting stuff into at this point. Probably going to get Violent Streak later as well. Ghost Factory and Executioner are going to be really good too. Here, let's go ahead and... wow, this is... at least it gives you a lot of information, but I can see how this would be very overwhelming and kind of lame. But hey, at least all the information is there. Then it'll take 12. Upper hand I don't think is too important. I don't remember what the good stuff with Lyn is here, so I'm not gonna bother. On my character, it's probably best to save stuff until I actually get the things that I want to use at the end of the day. So I'm probably not gonna be investing any points in my character for a little while. The fact that I'm seeing stuff like that through a Twitch live stream makes me wonder how incredibly obvious it looks actually playing the game. Yeah, it is pretty clear. Again, part of me wishes that they had waited for this to be like a Switch 2 exclusive and like really utilize the power of the Switch 2 to like really make this game look like a massive visual upgrade compared to the original Wii U. Like, again, it's not that big of a deal to be putting it on the Switch when it's like, it was a Wii U game originally. This is already a little bit more powerful than the Wii U, so obviously they could get it running on the Switch, especially considering their monoliths off. But part of me kind of wished for just wait a little bit longer and really push it, you know. Wow. Yeah, it would be interesting to see. I'm sure that there probably are already some videos. But I mean, if you just compared this to my last playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles X that I did, where I played it on Cemu with like texture packs, graphical enhancements, 60 FPS, this game would be looking better during my previous playthrough compared to this one. And it does kind of, the thing that I'm wanting the most for is 60 FPS. You can aim your attacks at particular parts of your enemy. Yeah, so R, Y, or A, like A on its own. I assume not A on its own, that'd be R plus A, but it's worded as if it's A on its own. Destroying appendages before defeating enemy additional weapons. Yeah, like, why is it that, and not just, like, clicking in the right stick, which is so much easier. Okay, well. Okay. Okay. I have a lot of TP, so maybe I may as well. Is it worth waiting for, like, a soul voice or something? Well, level 5. Volkampf, the Pursuer. Okay, booty bop. Here's a soul voice. Yeah, so that seems like a more appropriate time to do that. There's some other appendages. I felt like the appendages were a bit clearer in the original game. Like, they'd be a lot more highlighted, and, I'd just be hitting the right stick in, as opposed to R and Y, or something here. Am I targeting the horn? Is that an appendage? I literally can't even tell. Am I locked on? I genuinely cannot even tell. I do like that there's the exclamation points here with this stuff. Kind of like the changes that I made with Xenoblade 1 Definitive. Killer be killed melee position. Did that not count as a soul voice? What? Anyway. So, like, some stuff is clear. I do like some of the UI changes here, like this kind of stuff, with the exclamation point showing when you're in the advantageous position, like the side or the back. But some of the changes I'm not as big on. Like, I feel like the appendage and targeting them isn't quite as clear. Alright, well, I can still get the soul voice with that. That's what I can do. The QuickTime event feels a bit harder to time than in the original, where it was basically just like a freebie. Early Bird, was that a thing that Elma just got? Version haven't updated OST? It seems like it. Like, I haven't heard anything that sounds updated yet, but Nintendo of America has been posting, like, 2-minute snippets of, like, new remastered themes.
Now let's get down to business and install that data probe.
Where it's clearly different from the
If we stay
original.
Here for long, there's no telling what other playmates.
So I think some things did. Maybe I need to be paying closer attention. Maybe some of the themes I've heard already have remastered versions. I don't know.
Marks the ideal spot to bury the
I think in Xenoblade 1 Definitive, you could choose between the original or the remastered soundtrack. I can check in the menu here if there's anything like that on this one.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Who named it Volkampf? Nobody from New LA could pronounce that.
The cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
All right, sure.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
We're never doing this again, by the way. From here on, we're just gonna mash, or I guess hold the button, and then it's just done.
And installation complete.
For every subsequent probe for the rest of the game.
Online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
Do we
That'll
ever
do it for your
find
training.
other
Let's
missing
head back
crew
to
in
the barracks
gameplay
and
of this
report to
game?
Secretary Nagi.
There, I did the thing. Dropped by Volkampf. Worn survival footwear. How do you get that? Yeah, so do that. Install the probes and stuff, and it'll reveal more stuff. I'm Lamau, a Pathfinder. If we're gonna grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. Apply one, simply approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press A. Oh, no more mashing? If you find a good spot, be sure to go ahead and claim it. It's common sense, really. Why is Lau telling me this? All that's left is report back to base, but first I'll let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky, so be careful about such things in the future, okay? Yeah, until I unlock overdrive. Okay. Oh, the icons are a little bit different. Segment Recon. Segment Recon shows the details of the tasks that need to be performed in each segment. Each category is shown with its own icon. Resolving these increases your survey rate. Yep. If there's a... Yeah. Go to, like, the yellow hexagon and stuff. Main menu, map segments, and select a segment. Press... Click R in. Why can't I just hit A? To display the segment marker for that particular segment on the mini-map. Oh, I thought that was just gonna say, like, click an R to see, like, the info for that specific thing. Manually set segment markers will be displayed as blue hexagonal area even when you're outside their borders. Oh, that's new. That's nice. I kind of like that. So yeah, a tyrant here. Could you... I think that you could hover over and you could get, like, this information in the original game. Is that new? The little bits that are like, so HB told me that the king of all duoguils lives in the pond near Farok. I was like, whoa. And then I was like, what's a duoguil? What? How do you fast travel in this game? How do you fast travel in this game? Excuse me? Because, like... Huh? How do I fast travel in this game? You used to be able, like, on this kind of map on the Wii U gamepad, just be able to select, like, these key locations and fast travel to them. Region intel? No. Map legend. Survey rewards. Map shortcuts. Blade barracks. Oh, and then it brings me to here. I can't fast travel into the Blade barracks right now. Armory alley. I don't have a fast travel point in here. Not even the barracks right now. Maybe I need to, like, do this and then I'll unlock them or something. I just need to walk back this time. Oh yeah, I also want to check the settings here really quickly. You know what? How come I've never seen that? Imagine an indie game designed specifically just to troll the player. Each menu has a different accepted back button when it comes to menuing. Imagine. Well, I could collect items while people are trying to kill me. I'm pretty sure I could not collect items while someone was trying to kill me in the original game. If memory serves. I could be wrong on that. Sometimes the smallest things make the biggest trolls. They absolutely can. Hold on, let's see what this is like. So we can change time anytime. There's tips, mirror, and archives. Okay, so you can get summaries of that stuff. Control guide. Yeah, all this stuff here. Board skill. Settings. So out of curiosity, what do we have here? Game... Whoops, dang it. I keep on pressing to the right, and it brings me down like a page. I have to hit A. The cursor's last position in the main menu. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Skip mission acceptance prompts. Well, I'll leave it on for now. Automatically set new missions to tracked as they are accepted. I'd like that on for story missions, but subtitles, NPC dialogue speed, yeah, that should be fine. Converting those, manual camera responsiveness. Okay, so I can adjust the sensitivity. I'll try to get used to it as is. It doesn't look like there's a faster option. It's just average or slow. There's no fast option. Brightness level, show headgear, ground gear. Choose whether headgear can be seen. Set to off if you'd like to see your party members' faces. What's the point of this? There's fashion armor. Can't you just, like, set the fashion armor to, like, nothing on the headgear slot? Or maybe it was a thing where it's, like, something needs to be in that slot. If the fashion armor slot is empty, then it'll show what there is for, like, your actual headgear. And if you equip something in the fashion armor, then it'll, like, override that. But if you don't have something filled in the fashion armor, and there's no option for nothing within the fashion armor, so you have to do this for on here, I guess. Minimap. Fix minimap orientation. Party status. Choose whether party member status should remain on screen at all times. Yeah, I don't need that. Skill fuel gauge. Weather and time. Yeah, sure. Soul voice prompts. Yes, please. Arts descriptions. Yep, that sounds good. Detail enemy status. Enemy targeting. Choose whether to restrict target cycling to enemies already in battle. No, I'll be careful not to aggro others that I don't want to aggro. Plus, there are going to be instances that I do want to drag others into battle. Choose whether orders issued to party members should apply to future battles. I'll leave it off for now. Enemy markers, NPC markers, object markers. Yeah, leave all this stuff on. Update notifications, yep. Social interactions. So I guess this stuff is locked on if I have... Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm fine with that on. Other notifications should be pretty fine. Preferred playstyle, always ask. Well, I might change that later. See how I feel for now. I might have to turn down the other things and leave the voices up if I keep on not being able to hear people. You can change the scale flight music in this one. Original, arranged lyrics, arranged no lyrics. Okay. So I guess there's some remastered themes. And you can manually select for, like, the Skell theme, but maybe not the other ones, because I think that there's other ones that they remastered. Whoa. Voice language set to Japanese. Please choose a voice for your avatar. Oh, I was wondering why it took a hot second there. No, I don't... gosh dang it. There's a lot more options in Japanese. Why are there so many more options with, like, Japanese with your character? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sundre is the name of one of the voices. Whereas there's only 7 with the English options. Ah. Interesting. Okay, well, there's the settings showcased. I know you guys are gonna attack me. Is what's going to happen here. Imagine if you open the game, then asks you to connect a controller, so you do, then asks you to press A to confirm, but A on the controller doesn't work. You need to press A on the keyboard. Just be a super trolly thing. I could totally see a game doing. Show navigation. Okay. LY, show destination. Oh, I can hit LY to go right to this. But again, why can't I just press minus, which isn't mapped to anything anyway, to pull up my map menu? Like, that's one of those small things that can make a big difference. There's stuff loading in, and this is the same way that works in the Wii U version. Or maybe this truck would have been loaded earlier. I don't know. But I remember stuff fading in as I got closer with the Wii U version. I do distinctly remember that. I installed that probe you wanted me to install. It's Van Damme.
Commander Van Damme.
The trademark of most Xenoblade games for some reason.
Now look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway,
I had to do a double take by looking at the stream. There didn't seem to be like a comma or anything after much. It was just a double space is what it looked like. Like maybe it could have blended into the white.
And goddamn magnificent.
yeah, so completing missions is still super charming. I'm getting my mining probes and stuff. I'll have to figure out how to install that in a sec. Oh, okay, yeah, save my progress. Yeah, there we go. Once you figure out how to confirm the text changes to "this game doesn't have controller support, please disconnect your controller."